Welcome back to the channel, Panda Pals. I hope you're ready to talk about Before the 90 Days. We're currently on season 8, episode 14, I think. So first, let's talk about Forrest and Scheana. So Forrest takes Scheana to an immigration office so that, he can get his lady love back to the States ASAP possible. And it's funny to me how Scheana and Forrest have been together for 7 years. And the second Forrest put a ring on Scheana, he is going to immigration to apply for that K-1 visa. And Javon and Anna have been together for roughly the same amount of time, married for a couple years, and he still has no intention of going to immigration right now. So they get to the office, and this immigration lawyer, advisor, man, person asks how much Forrest is making back in the States because, as expected, you need to make a certain amount of income to viably support your partner that you're bringing over.
Currently, I'm not working. I'm receiving disability benefits. It's a good enough amount to have me, live my basic life. Get an apartment, get food, all that good stuff. But I can prove that I'm getting paid monthly.
Unfortunately, the immigration lawyer, advisor, man person tells him that disability checks are not considered a form of income.
Disability benefits is not an income. The annual income for petitioners for K-1 visa is more or less 26,500 USD.
I think it's kind of funny that the money that Forrest gets through disability, he's trying to argue that this is the proof that he can support Scheana when she's in the States, when it's not able to support Scheana when she's not in the States, So the immigration lawyer, advisor, man person tells them that they have a 99.9% chance of getting their K-1 visa rejected because of this.
Let's say I instantly start working. How long is enough before the K-1's actually granted?
You need probably a year employment history.
Okay.
And then you will wait another a year to have the petition approved and bring your fiance to the US.
So they're like, okay, what other options do we have of getting married and being together? And the immigration lawyer says, well, Scheana has a job here. She's established. So if you guys get married in the Philippines, we would 100% approve a visa for Forrest to come live here.
If he comes to the Philippines and live here, there's no requirement of financial capacity.
It's sounding almost impossible for Forrest to bring me to the US. I know it's going to be difficult, but I think he's going to have to consider other options.
And Scheana is like, okay, great. I'm so glad we have an option to finally be together. And, she's a working professional. She takes care of her family. They have a wonderful place to live. And so she's like, hey, babe, do you want to live in the Philippines for a little bit?
I know that you wanted to go to the US, my love, but why do we have to live in your country? That's my good question. It's easier for you to stay here, get the Filipino visa. If you live here with me, I could take good care of you. I think that's the best option for us.
And Forrest, he doesn't say no, but he pretty much says no. And Scheana is butthurt.
I don't know if I can leave my family.
I understand that he loves his mom, his family, but what about me? I have been waiting here for the last 7 years.
And Forrest ends his segment saying he's pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place because either option he chooses, he's going to hurt a woman that he loves.
I don't want to be apart from you that long. I don't want to give up my mom. I'm so sorry I put you in this situation, Sheen.
And in my opinion, Molly is worth leaving. If Scheana is your wife, you need to prioritize her at this point. That is just how I feel. I feel like, if you're single, your family is your priority. Once you get married, your husband is your or your partner, your spouse is your priority. And then once you have kids, your kid is your priority. That is the way that it works for me. So that's what happened with them. I guess we'll get Rick and Trish out of the way. So Rick is like, I'm really sorry that I was shitty to you yesterday. And Trish is like, yeah, the way you talked to me was not okay.
The way you talked to me yesterday, I don't like.
I'm sorry for raising my voice to you. I went a little overboard, and I'm sorry for that. It's just I was so frustrated.
And Rick decides to respond to that by saying, yeah, but you kept bringing up your ex, and that really hurts me, which is crazy considering he put his penis inside of his ex.
Seemed like she was taunting me over something she already knows that I'm insecure about. Hearing about your ex-boyfriend constantly. I can't move forward if you're gonna keep going back.
If I were to have to pick which one is worse, having a memory about your ex or fucking your ex, guess which one I think is worse?
I'm glad that Trish is willing to forgive me. There's definitely a strong connection between her and I.
This is why this grandpa has to pick barely adults. And I understand that she's 25 and like everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, that's old. It's not. I was 25. I was dumb as shit when I was 25, okay? I dated a bunch of trash people and I let them get away with a lot because I did not have that lived experience of being able to be okay with myself alone without another man. There are some people that can. That's great. Most of the time, that is not the case.
I think we could like get a quickie in before we go.
What?
I would literally rather be raw by a cactus than date Rick. Damn, after 5 minutes, I'd probably him with the cactus. Anyway, they get to her family's house.
Oh, that's my sister.
Oh, this is your sister.
Good.
I didn't get to meet her. She
Boba.
does look like you. She's very beautiful.
Be careful, he might slip his dick in her too if you're not careful.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Oh,
My sister.
this is your sister? It's so nice to meet you. You look like my grandmother.
Wait, aren't you guys like the same age? Maybe don't tell her that she looks like your grandmother. Like maybe just say you look, I don't know, like my sister. Like I don't know, maybe don't freaking fuck, dude.
Ano maturito?
The bunk beds remind me of when I was a kid and never imagined myself sleeping in the bunk bed at my age.
I'm so sorry. I just had a really fucked up thought. And I was just like, bunk beds? I mean, you should be used to that. Isn't that where you get all of your girlfriends out of? As they are showing Rick around their home, Rick is walking around doing that thing where he is just looking so absolutely disgusted that they have to in a hole, that they have to get their water in a bucket by the river.
Atong toilet.
Oh, hell no!
Paper for the name.
Scissors paper to write on.
Stop it.
That's how
This is their way of life. They don't see anything wrong with this. So to go there and be like, oh my God, no, how do you even live like this? Like, that's really rude.
I'm a little bit embarrassed of his reaction in front of my father, but I'm not surprised he complains about everything.
I have to wonder what Rick was expecting. Because if you tell me I'm going to a remote village in Madagascar, yeah, this tracks.
It's hot. I hope it's not gonna be this hot in Nosy Bay. Don't like the traffic, I'll tell you that much. These are tight quarters right here, baby. It's kind of squished. And they just leave the meat out like this without refrigeration?
Anyway, they get inside and they do this little ceremony where her father is basically giving Rick and Trish his blessing to be seen in public together. And then her dad starts asking questions. The first one being, what are your intentions with my daughter? And he's like, well, your daughter seems like a really good candidate to be my wife, which, you know, I would have led with, I love her and I want to be her partner in life and go through all of this. I just wouldn't sit there being like, oh, she seems like she would make a good wife for me, you know?
What is the intention?
I look at her as being a prospective wife to be.
And then her dad is like, okay, wait, how old are you? And he's like, 52. And it's so funny because the more questions her father asks, the less happy Trish seems.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 52.
You don't want to interpret that, girl? Her dad is not the biggest fan, and I really hope that he does not give them his blessing. I really hope that he calls Rick gross and thoughtless, careless, irresponsible, a joke. I could keep going, but I'm gonna stop because I want to finish this video before I die.
Do you have a child?
I have 2 babies, and then I have 3 adults.
That are the same age as my girlfriend. Actually older. So weird.
They want babies.
Yeah, I'm just not ready to make that decision yet.
Even if he says he does want kids, you know it's not happening. That man would probably go behind her back and get a vasectomy. 100% I would believe that he would do that.
Now that I see how important this is, it's going to be the forefront of my mind, and
It should have been a priority already because he was well aware of this.
my feelings had grown so much I couldn't picture a life without her. But I really don't want to have more kids.
There's the answer. That's why it's annoying that he's like, oh, I haven't really decided. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
When are you gonna decide it?
Before I come to your father and ask for your hand in marriage, I will make a decision.
Okay.
Anyway, that is all I have for you for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead, click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of this one. I will see you in the next one. Bye!